it's Kirby. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I got this Geode Skull Queen look. This is my entry for the NYX Face Awards 2019. If you are interested to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so we are jumping right into this tutorial. I have pre-made some of my geode crystal growth parts of my skull, and so what we're first going to do is take an eyeliner, or you could take an eyeshadow, and we are going to outline where I want, or where we want the skull to actually appear, as well as kind of the cracks and crevices. And this is just a really rough outline to kind of get the look started, to see where we want to go with things. Once you get your skull and your kind of like beauty side outlined out and everything, we're going to work on our liquid latex, and essentially to be able to make sure that our geode parts look seamless, or that they're actually growing out of our skull, we need to lay down some liquid latex to kind of mimic like skin and growth, and to make sure that there's no gapping in between our rock candy and our skin. And so we're going to take some liquid latex and some strips of cotton, and we're kind of going to build up little barriers around where the rock candy geode things are going to be. Okay, now with the framework of your skull and your crystal growth places set, we're going to move on, or I'm going to move on to the beauty side of the face, or the portion of the face, because I want this liquid latex to set, so that if I have to go back in and build up a little bit more, I can do that, or I can kind of gauge where I'm at once it's actually dried a little bit. And what better way to do that than moving on to the beauty portion of my face. And this is just going to be, you know, glam makeup. So we're going to start with primer and foundation and eyebrows, and then we're going to kind of move on into the eyes. You kind of want the eye to be just as geode-esque without being like overpowering. So I'm going to first prep the eye with concealer and set that with just a little bit of powder. My geode crystals are of a purple color, so I'm going to keep within that same like purple smoky tone on the skin side of the Geode Skull Queen. And so with a blender brush, I'm just going to go in with a light pink shadow first and start the eye look. I'm using that light pink as a transition shade. Then I'm going to take this magenta color and deepen up the outer corner. And then taking a black shade to kind of smoke out the eye as well. Then I really want this look to sparkle, so on the inner corner / half lid, I'm going to put some glitter glue down and use a white frosty glitter just to, again, kind of mimic that geode look. And then blend as needed. And then after you get the eye how you want it, you're just going to finish the beauty side with concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, the works, if you will. Before you move back over to your skull side, make sure you finish up the eye with a lower lash line, some mascara, and lashes. Now we're moving on to the skull, and I'm just going to quickly finish my neck with the gray eyeliner pencil, and I'm just going to kind of define the vertebrae and then have the rest be like real human flesh, since this Geode Skull Queen has to kind of also live. Now for the skull portion, I actually really want my skull to look more like rock rather than like bone, because I think that kind of makes the look a little more realistic or believable, because you know, geodes grow out of stones. So we're gonna take some face paint in light brown and paint that as the base of our skull rock look. And then the teeth, I actually want a different color than the stone, so I'm going to go and use like a nudish color to paint those. So now I'm going to do the detailing on the stone skull, and this is kind of where you can get really creative, use eyeshadow, use other face paint, and really just kind of make it look like a rock. So I'm going to be using some black and gray eyeshadows, some white and black face paint, and really just kind of go in and make this look more like rock-like. I'm gonna save my teeth until very last, because it takes me a very long time to get the detailing correct on those, so teeth are always last when it comes to skull looks, especially for me. Alright, and now with a liquid liner pen, you're going to create a stark contrast with your human face and your skull. You're gonna just trace this line that you've already made, and then go in with some black eyeshadow and do a little bit of shading just to make it seem like the face is kind of like skin overlapping your skull. And then if you're also feeling like it needs a little something, you can add some cracks with that same liquid liner on your beauty side. And then with a really fine brush and that black shadow, just go in and kind of define and shade the cracks. Great, now we're gonna move on to the teeth. So this is gonna take a minute, but I'm going to take some brown shadow and kind of like streak the teeth to make them look a little more like stony, but I want them to appear as like a separate entity from the skull, because your teeth are kind of like a separate entity from the skull a little bit. So I really want to like define that, so I'm gonna take some brown shadow and just kind of like do a little bit of shading. And then with black face paint and a very small detailed brush, I am going to paint the details of the teeth. So yeah. After your teeth are done, you can move on to your neck and vertebrae. I'm just going to take the black face paint and kind of black out all around the actual vertebrae, and then I'm just going to paint the two little vertebrae the same that I painted my face skull part. Now is time to add your geode crystal things that we have prefabricated. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I made these out of rock candy, some body and face glitter, and some paper towels. So we're going to try and use some skin safe adhesive to initially put them on. The issue is that the rock candy is It's a lot heavier than you think it is for some of the adhesives that we usually use on the face for beads and things like that, and so it sometimes needs a heavier adhesive such as hot glue. However, you should not put hot glue on your face, which is why we would put latex and cotton down first, but we're going to try the skin safe adhesive initially and hope that that works out, or that the rocks aren't heavy, or that the rock candy isn't that heavy this time to stay on. Now that you've adhered your crystals, we have to finish this eye, which I'm going to try and put like a base layer of eyeshadow, the same like purpley color we put on the glam side. And then I'm just going to be using some glitter glue and glitter to make that shine and sparkle. And then we're also going to put some glitter on the vertebrae. And then all you have to do is hair and final touches around your face to conceal any paper towel marks that you might have. So what you're going to do is take spare rock candy and glue it to your face. So after you have glued and seamlessly put your rock candy on, I really feel like this look kind of needs like something else, like some maybe like little flourishes. So I'm gonna go in with some metallic eyeliners and just kind of like create some glam, if you will, to this rock skull. Alright, style the hair and add your crown. Alright guys, and here you have it. Here is the finished Geode Skull Queen look. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. Halloween is just around the corner. I would hate for you to miss out on any more looks. Thanks so much for watching, guys.